Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are one of the most famous couples in recent history. From being a biracial pair to later departing the British royal family, Meghan and Harry are modern trailblazers. And just recently, the parents of 2-year-old Archie sat down with Oprah Winfrey to open up about their decision to leave the British monarchy. From racist remarks to hidden agendas, here are the top 10 most shocking things we learned from Harry and Meghan's explosive interview. But before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button and turn on your post notifications to never miss out on major Hollywood news. Now, let's jump into the video. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding day was one that was anticipated by millions across the globe. The public united to see the first modern biracial couple enter into the British royal monarchy and the palace. After announcing their engagement in November of 2017, fans began wondering what their momentous wedding day would look like. And just a couple of months later, on May 19, 2018, 17 million people tuned in to see Meghan Markle arrive at the St. George's Chapel. From the former actress's gorgeous white dress to all the A-list Hollywood guests, people couldn't keep their eyes off the magical day. Viewers from all over the world cheered and rallied as they saw Harry and Meghan step out of the chapel as a married couple. And with their iconic kiss outside the St. George's Chapel doors, they became everyone's favorite couple. But while the May 19th wedding was one made for history, a shocking secret was later revealed during the Oprah interview. When speaking about her nerve-wracking wedding ceremony, Meghan Markle opened up about one interesting detail. According to the Duchess, she and Harry didn't wed on May 19th. Instead, they said their I do's 3 days prior in a very private ceremony with just Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. Meghan told Oprah Winfrey about the ceremony held in the backyard of Kensington Palace. "We called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us. I've thought about this a lot because it was like having an out-of-body experience I was very present for. That's the only way I can describe it, because the night before I slept through the night entirely, which in of itself is a bit of a miracle, and then woke up and started listening to that song, Going to the Chapel, and just tried to make it fun and light and remind ourselves that this was our day. But I think we were both really aware, even in advance, of that this wasn't our day. This was the day that was planned for the world." Right around the time Meghan and Harry were planning their May wedding ceremony, a few rumors began circulating the tabloids. According to royal insiders, Meghan Markle made Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, cry during a dress fitting. It was reported that Kate was left in tears because of Meghan's strict demands for Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid's dress. One source shared to The Sun, Kate had only just given birth to her third child, Prince Louis, and was feeling quite emotional. Even though this rumor overtook British publications and tabloids, Meghan Markle denied the story during her tell-all interview. Because as told by Archie's mom, it was actually Kate who made her cry. Markle explained how Kate had said or done something regarding the flower girl's dress, which deeply upset her. But Meghan later added how there was no confrontation, and Kate owned up to her mistake by buying her flowers and sending her a note. Most might have realized that being a member of the royal family isn't always as easy as it seems, and Meghan Markle made that perfectly clear during her 2-hour tell-all interview. The Duchess of Sussex spoke bluntly about her experience in the palace in her early months of her marriage. According to Harry's wife, she was kept and isolated in the palace, away from the public. Meghan told the talk show host how her passport, driver's license, and keys were all handed over to the palace's employees. She couldn't even go out to see her friends at lunch, as many believed Meghan was oversaturated in the media. The actress went on to explain how her time in isolation resembled the quarantine situation and how she felt extremely lonely during those moments. When Harry and Meghan first announced they would be leaving the British monarchy in early 2020, many began wondering how their financial situation would change, and a year later, Harry confessed how he was actually entirely cut off by his family. The prince shared that the palace had stopped supporting them financially in the first quarter of 2020. This decision forced Harry and Meghan to rely completely on his late mother's, Princess Diana's, inheritance. Harry explains this is what kept them afloat before they began pursuing side projects. Speaking of Princess Diana, the Duke of Sussex was very open about his current status with his family. As told by Harry, his relationship with his father changed after he and Meghan stepped down from royalty. Harry confessed how Prince Charles stopped taking his calls. "There's a lot to work through there. I feel really let down because he's been through something similar. He knows what pain feels like, and Archie is his grandson. I will always love him, but there's a lot of hurt that has happened." In early 2020, after Harry and Meghan announced they would be leaving the royal family, numerous reports began circulating Britain. BBC royal correspondent Johnny Diamond was told by sources how Buckingham Palace and Her Majesty the Queen were blindsided by the couple's decision. The palace was then forced to release a statement. Discussions with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are at an early stage. We understand their desire to take a different approach, but these are complicated issues that will take time to work through. But while royal sources and the palace itself said they were blindsided, Harry and Meghan disagreed with that notion. The couple shared how they had told the Queen about a possible departure 2 years before the actual departure happened. They apparently even spoke to the Queen the evening before announcing their departure. "I've never blindsided my grandmother. I have too much respect for her," stated Harry. Even though UK tabloids painted a tense picture between the couple and the Queen, Harry and Meghan rebuked those rumors. The Suits actress explained to Oprah how she and the Queen were on good terms, and how they even had the occasional Zoom call. From extravagant and lavish gifts to pleasant conversations, Meghan had nothing but the best to say about Her Majesty. "The Queen has always been wonderful to me," shared Markle. Archie's parents also spoke candidly about what actually caused them to part ways with the British monarchy. Harry and Meghan explained how it was their lack of security and support from their family that ultimately resulted in their historic departure. As told by the Duke and Duchess, they never truly got the support they needed, and after numerous attempts to make their concerns and voices heard, Harry decided to pull the plug. When Oprah Winfrey asked Harry what the actual reason was that they stepped down, here is how Diana's son replied. According to Harry, it was because lack of support and lack of understanding from both the press and the firm. I was desperate. I went to all the places I should ask for help, and I wasn't given it. Told continuously, this is just how it is. We've all been through it. One of the most shocking things confessed during the Oprah Winfrey's interview was all about Meghan's mental state. The former actress and Duchess shared to the world how her time in the palace had made her extremely depressed. Meghan expressed how the public scrutiny and online abuse she had received after Archie was born became almost unsurvivable. She would have to learn all the rumors and tabloid headlines through her mother and her friends, and all the negativity would leave her in distress. Meghan stated, "I just didn't see a solution. I would sit up at night. I just didn't want to be alive anymore. This was a very clear and frightening and constant thought. These are the thoughts that I'm having in the middle of the night, and I'm scared. This is very real. This is methodical, and this is not who I am." Meghan even admitted how she would have to attend royal engagement and events with Harry, as she was scared to be left alone in the palace. And last but not least, let's talk about the shocking confession that made headlines worldwide. If Harry and Meghan's previous confessions weren't jaw-dropping enough, here is one secret that stunned everyone. During their 2-hour interview, the couple touched upon their son Archie and his relationship with the royal family. According to the Duchess of Sussex, the palace didn't want her son to have a royal title. Meghan explained to Oprah that while she didn't care about titles, she was very concerned about the type of security that would and wouldn't follow. It was important because it affected his safety. And while Archie should have had a title by default, those terms were changed when Meghan was pregnant, leaving Archie to be the first royal grandchild to be both a person of color and without a title. But that's not all. Markle also shared how she learned about the family's curiosity about her son's skin color. Learning through her husband, Harry, the royal palace and senior members had concerns about how dark Archie's skin would be and how they were concerned that he would be born too dark. The actress did not share who those comments were made by, as it would be very damaging to the person and their image. But one thing Harry did admit was how the entire conversation was surprising and a bit awkward. But just like his wife, Harry stated he will never share who that painful conversation was held with. And just like that, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry revealed shocking truths and stunning confessions about the royal family and the palace. But what do you think? Who do you think Harry had the awkward conversation with? Do you believe Kate made Meghan cry? We would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below.